What's up? The show is starting now. It's a week one recap show with Jax and Matt. We got Seb's dad here as a third co-host for the rest of the season. I abruptly stopped the conversation before, but you know what? We just started the recording for YouTube. Jax got a few things wrong, but I'll let it slide. That was actually Matt explaining it. So you know what? Wait, Jax, you say hi to everyone first. Say hi. What's up to everyone?
Way to get me confused with people.
Well,
Simmer
it's
down.
it's easy to confuse you guys when you're just the voices. So
Yeah, that's
hopefully the voices will come through
good.
better. But
What's going on, everybody? Ready to recap the crazy first week of season 5 of the CPDL. Let's go.
yeah, so that is Jax and Matt, Seb's dad in the chat. Say what's up to everyone.
How's it going? Week one kind of reminded me of like that first week in the NFL where you're pumped to get on the field, and all of a sudden you start playing, and you're like, "Holy shit! Maybe I don't know what I'm doing right now, and I just got to make adjustments on the fly." So we'll see how this recap goes.
You kind of hit me on the hammer with that one, and let's get right into it. Mine is the first match versus KJ Chicken, and that's kind of how I felt. And I forget, so I think Jax, you're the one recapping my match this week.
Yeah, I did have some time to take some detailed and make notes on your match.
So take it away, brother.
Uh, so you guys did a pretty actually good job on your own stream last night, kind of going over some of the stuff um, about the match last night. I think he used the grapple lock to, to what it should be used for,
I love Grapple Locked.
holding things down, lowering defenses. Um,
Tommy Tentacles.
and the, yeah,
Oh, man, yeah.
the use of the encore too to hold basically his Feeney in game one to pretty much relegated to doing nothing, but boosting its special attack was pretty awesome.
I got a tentacle mask. Davy
Yeah,
Jones.
kind of got outmaneuvered with the Lando a little bit. That Lando was huge, picking up what was
Oh,
it, 6 kills I think,
yeah, that Lando fucked me up.
um, across 2 games, and that's why that Landorus Incarnate is one of the top mons in this entire format because with sheer force and life orb, if it has it, even if it doesn't have it, with that sheer force, its moves do so much damage, and it had so much coverage against
Thank
your
you.
team.
Probably should have stuck with it.
And unfortunately, you had to really focus on the Feeny with the Pokemon that you did bring. The fighting moves weren't really super effective with it. The grapple locks holding things in game were pretty good, but as far as damage output, it really wasn't doing that much.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, which allowed KJ, who played the game
very
really
well.
well,
Very well.
to be able to chip away enough to start getting a Pokemon advantage in both the first and the second game, and that's what ultimately I think cost you. Was his ability to kind of you played a little bit passively with your leads,
That's
played a little
exactly it.
more played a little more defensive and tried to maneuver, but you just didn't have the hitting power to be able to come at his bulky Pokemon. And then once he was able to chip you down a Pokemon, it just started kind of like avalanching into that, and then an end game where Landers can just come in and start sweeping everything is it's a tough thing to come back from. So I think KJ played really well.
Really
I
well.
think he had a plan that he knew what he wanted to do, and
Yep.
he executed it. He protected the mons that he should have, and he stretched the game out to the point where once he had an opening with you pivoting in and out the live part stuff like that, he was able to jump on it at the right time to pull out the win.
And dude, this was a fun match though. And yeah, Angelo, I appreciate your compliment for game one. He said I used a grapple locked well. That wasn't ever my original plan for a lead. I was like, I just got a swords dance and nasty plot and boom bop stuff. But I saw the team and I was like, you know what? I think this grapple lock strategy is gonna work. I had Soak to try to change his types to from the go. He had the Aegislash, he had the Feeny, he had Morgrem, who didn't want to eat fighting type attacks. So or ghost type attacks really either. So if I could change them to pure water type, you get that neutral hit instead of a not very effective hit. I thought that'd be in my favor. Lowering the defense with Octolock, that's my favorite move on Grapplock. The Octolock is so huge. I think that's actually what I used versus Fox in season 2, and that's on YouTube too. And that I think it's so overpowered. I'm glad more Pokemon don't get it. Because being able to trap, being able to lower special defense and defense as long as I stay on the court is awesome. What is meme? I don't know. But oh yeah. I don't know what the meme is. But yeah, this was a fun match. We got KJ Chicken on the phone after the match too, and I was kind of exhausted because I forgot I ordered McDonald's and it was like your order is delayed. And then I was like, fuck it, this is never coming because I live in like Bumblefuck on Long Island. And then it was like, oh, your order's here. And I was like, holy shit, I thought that order was canceled. So I was like, I can't believe the food got here too. But yeah, no, it was
I,
just
I honestly don't believe that there is a bumblefuck on New York City.
I'm on Long
So
Island.
it amazes me every time that you say that. Like,
I'm like 45 minutes away from well, I'm 25 minutes away from a parkway, and I'm like 45 minutes away from being 45 minutes away from the city. I'm a 45-minute train ride, like an hour and a half drive. But yeah, I'm right on. I'm on. You got to go over a bridge to get to my town. I fucking love it. Shout out Bayville. I was almost at Bayville Blazikins. That would have been fun. And yeah, I had the daylight savings time, so it's 6:38 p.m. for me right now. But yeah, shout out Chicken, who did not have the daylight savings time change in Hawaii. Fun fact. So he was like, "Wait, are you ready to battle at 9?" I was like, "Oh, ah." So we just battled right after Arceus Yama, which was fun. But let's get into the next patch, which was Alpaca versus Jam. All right. And wait, who's breaking down this game? It wasn't me, was it? If it was, I got notes.
nope, it was me.
Awesome. So Jax, take it away, boss.
So this was a cool match to watch just because he recorded it and then put it up afterwards. So it was kind of like odd to not watch it in real time because I think all of us are so used to watching Alpaca's matches
I probably shouldn't say it. Yeah.
get streamed.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah, I didn't see the replay on this one yet. So I've been
yeah. So it was Alpaca brought a team that was extremely slow. Like I don't think he had a fast mon on his entire team. I
for
know
real.
he had like Jigglypuff and Snorlax and Bronzong. You know, it was so heavy Trick Room that all Jam really had to do was not get caught up in Trick Room, which I think is going to be a key to a lot of matches as this entire season goes out because in this format, I think people are really going hard Trick Room
Yeah.
or hyper offensive.
Yep.
It's going to end up being a battle of each week if you're going up against a TR or hyper offensive team. Can you stop it and flip the script to your style of either TR or hyper offensive? You know what I mean? And Jam did a really good job at holding Alpaca on the back foot, even from the word go. His team was so weak to fire, and leading to Entei kind of made you look and pay attention to the fact that he had a lot of fire weaknesses on the team. And then he switched into Snorlax in game one and tried to
MVP.
curse to boost it up, but it took too long to set up, and Jam just kept the offensive pressure on. Even with in the second game, he had Mandibuzz, and it was just foul playing everything
He was
with
just
a
in the
Rocky
chat.
Moon.
He was just in the chat saying Mandibuzz MVP, and
Yeah,
yeah,
that Mandibuzz did do absolute work, and I'm pretty sure it stayed on the field the entire time of game two,
yeah.
just sitting there applying
I'll trade
offensive
it.
pressure with foul plays, and then everything that tried to hit it because it's such a bulky Pokemon would take damage from Rocky Helmet, almost taking more damage than it was doing to the Mandibles, which was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. There was in game one there was a huge gyro ball live. There was Bronzong hit a gyro ball on Indeed. I think is the I don't have I can't my computer won't load, so I can't check the defense. Alpaca used gyro ball on. I'm pretty sure it was Ndidi on Jam's team, and it brought it down to like one or two. It couldn't have been more than one or two. It was just a clutch live to be able to keep an offensive pressure on and win. I think the basic point of the story of this entire game was Jam was able to stave off um the TR with the imprison on them. It was Ndidi Mail. So he was able to stave it off with imprisoning on Ndidi in game one and just applying massive offensive pressure just to chip away, even if thick fat Snorlax. And then in game two, that Mandibuzz being able to taunt whatever it wanted to faster than what the Pokemon could move because all of Alpaca's Pokemons were slow, really gave him a huge advantage in the 2-0 victory.
Damn. See, so this is one of the ones I gotta watch. You could watch this on Alpaca's YouTube. Go to the streaming. What's it called? Streaming Now, I think it is, tab. And you can check this one out. I can't wait to watch this one while I'm doing dishes later after I eat dinner. Maybe before the next game or during the halftime, because the halftime show has been lacking recently. But this is a good one, Jax. Thank you for that breakdown. And let's not have like a 5-hour show. Let's get right into the next one, which is actually your match. And I believe Matt, Seb's dad, you're breaking it down for us. Tootie versus Jax. Take it away, my friend.
Yeah, so I won't be as detailed as Jax, but I'm going to try to follow up as much as I can. So, Tootie versus Jax. Um, some things I have written here is Jax caught himself in psychic terrain, and boy, was that just cringeworthy to watch. With Cinderace, he went for, I believe it was a sucker punch, and Jax was in the driver's seat. Turn one, uh, game one, he was definitely in the driver's seat, but Tootie definitely made him pay with Regidrago. Regidrago, such a one of those mons that if you get him going and he just starts hitting it with the dragon energy, it could be GG, and that's exactly what came up in game one. But game two, Jax answers back with Rosarita. And from what it looks like, Rosarita is a perfect answer for Suicune. I don't know what spreads what spreads Tootie was running on Suicune, but it looks like Rosarita, it had that stab move with it being a grass type, and it was able to deal with Suicune, and it didn't let Suicune set up. Um, now, for game three, there's no other way for me to put this, but the title of game three should be Frozen in Time, because watching Darm not freeze one Mon, but freeze two, and
Crazy.
not only freezing two Mons, but one was Suicune and one was Ensign. I didn't know you could freeze a Fire Mon, but obviously you can, and he did it all in game three with an
Crazy.
Ice Punch. I mean, what is the percentage of getting someone frozen? What is it, like 10%
I
on an
think
Ice
it's
Punch?
10%.
10%, yeah.
On any move that
So
freezes, usually. Tri attack,
yeah,
ice beam, ice punch. Is there any others?
not that I can think of, but the fact that he got both freezes in game three, I mean, you know, if you're 2D, you're looking at this game, you're like, what could I have done better? I was frozen, but at the same time, hat off to Jax, because ideally, after in game one, if Jax doesn't hit Sucker Punch and he hits anything else, this could have easily been a 2-0. But surprisingly, I mean, this is 2D. 2D is one of the better players in the league. So I don't think this is going to be one. I think this is one of those games that 2D just had to kind of get over and get through, and expect him to kind of bounce back going forward. But that's the notes I have for this game.
Dude, yeah, this is one I highly recommend watching. Jax, you streamed it, right?
Yeah. Oh,
The
yeah.
the name is Jax on Twitch. No numbers, right?
No,
So
just the
go
name is
check it
Jax.
out. Yeah, just the name is Jax.
Yeah, and I mean, I just want to say that to me, the real hacksy part of Game Three was the one thing I was really hoping for was the poison on the Rabambi. he decided not to use Sticky Web game turn 1 and used Pollen Puff on my Roserade to do damage. And I had a poison move on the Roserade to try to deal with the Rabambi, but he had it sashed, and it went down to sash, but it got poisoned and taken out, so he didn't have the speed advantage that he was looking for after that. Which that ended up being, I believe, like the main big thing in that game 3. The freezes were tough. I mean, the second freeze on the Ensign really technically didn't matter because I had the Dracovish in the back. So even if he took out the Darmanitan at that point, my Indeedee would still be going first, and it had a possible chance to take out the Regidrago, and then Dracovish could have still vicious rendered the Ensign. But the big thing was the Rabambi in the beginning. If I didn't get that poison and he was able to get Sticky Web off, I feel like it would have been a much different outcome in that game 3.
And you know what? Everyone's saying the hacks feels terrible. It's all a roll of the dice. And yeah, the freezing is tilting. It's just, it's so, when you get it in your favor, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. When you get it against you, it's like, I can't fucking believe it. You know, and it's just one of those things that's in the game,
I was
and it makes it
I
more
was
interesting.
completely blown away. Like
That's
if
why
you
we
watch
play,
the
though.
bot, I
That
was shocked.
That's why we play the game. For stuff like that, it's incredible when it happens, but it's like so unfortunate when it happens
I
too.
mean,
The
all last
balance.
season, if I didn't have 4 hacks things go against me every week, I was like disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was kind of crazy watching your matches last year. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, this is a good one. I definitely recommend checking it out. And the next one we got Snom versus Turtle. And Turtle was able to take the 2-0 victory on Snom. And in game 1 we see Grimmsnarl and Charizard into Rotom, Wash, and Arcanine. Snom switches out the Grimmsnarl for Ninetales, Kanto Ninetales, and Arcanine snarls. Charizard solar beams a Rotom, and Rotom lives at like 4 HP in Nasty Plots. Then we see Alola Ninetales coming for the Arcanine. So now there's 18 tails on the court. I couldn't believe we had an 18 tail sighting in this game. I was so excited about that. And Rotom protects. The Charizard Scorching Sands the Alola Ninetales, and Ninetales eats it pretty well. Then Kanto Ninetales flamethrowers into the Rotom to protect, and it dies to the hail at this point because it was at 4 HP from the end of turn 1. Then we see the Nidoqueen come in. This Snom then switched out the Kanto Ninetales for Grimmsnarl. Charizard protects, the Alola Ninetales blizzards, and the Nidoqueen sludge bombs KOing the Grimmsnarl. It was a great read by Turtle into Snom. At this point, I was like, oh wow, this game's going real well for Turtle, and it only lasts 3 more turns. So at this point, Kanto Ninetales comes back in, setting the sun. Ninetales Alola Icy Winds, lowering both the speeds of the opponent. Nidoqueen Sludge Bombs KOing the Charizard. Kanto Ninetales flamethrowers the Nidoqueen, and Nidoqueen eats it. So at this point, we just see Turtle's team being very bulky. Virizion comes in for Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen protects. Alola Ninetales Icy Winds again. The Virizion Sacred Scores, bringing Alola Ninetales to red, and then the Kanto Ninetales flamethrowers to protect. Alola Ninetales comes out. Arcanine comes in. Nidoqueen Earth powered, the Kanto Ninetales KOing it. Virizion Sacred Swords, the Arcanine KOing it, and at this point, Snom forfeited game 1. So Turtle was able to take the game 1 victory. Snom knew it was over. In game 2, we see Archeops and Grimmsnarl come out versus Rotom Wash and Arcanine. Grimmsnarl fake out of the Rotom Wash. Archeops dual wing beats the Arcanine, which did way more than I expected it to do. It brought Arcanine below 50%. Then Arcanine missed the Will-O-Wisp on the Archeops. I keep saying that wrong. I don't know why. Then we see the Grimmsnarl taunt on the Rotom Wash, which activated that Mental Herb. So now we know Rotom's item. Archeops dual wing beats the Arcanine again, and Rotom thunderbolts Archeops, KOing it. Arcanine goes down to the dual wing beat. Charizard comes in for Snom, and Alola Ninetales comes in for Turtle. Charizard protects. Ninetales Icy Winds. Rotom thunderbolts to protect, and Grimmsnarl play roughs a Rotom, who eats it like a champ. Snom switches out the Grimmsnarl for Kanto Ninetales. 2 games in a row, we get 18 tails on the court at the same time. I fucking love that. I was very excited about the 18 tail sighting. And then Alola Ninetales Icy Winds. Rotom T-Bolts KOing the Zard. Grimmsnarl comes back in. Fake tears his own Ninetales Kanto. Alola Ninetales Kanto. Icy wins again, and Rotom T-bolts the Grimmsnarl. And Snom self Willow Wisp at this point. He quit. So another turn of Snom attacking his own Pokemon. Oh shit, you scared me, man. I was like, I got distracted. I heard a sound. I was like, what's behind me? I know my dog's outside. He didn't want to come in. You guys all just saw me jump too. But yeah, that was the end of game 2. Oh my god, I jumped. I jumped. I don't know why that scared me so much. But yeah, this was a fun
Well,
game to watch. Shout out Turtle for streaming it at Turtle Mania, I believe it is. I gotta look up the Twitches. I didn't look up the Twitches this week. I had them all written down on a post-it note right above my computer. I took that down for some reason. So I gotta rewrite everyone's Twitch names. So shout out each and every one of you. This was a fun game to watch. Turtle played very well. Both teams are strong. Snom just it happens. You know, keep your head up, Snom. It happens, man. So I'm excited to see what both these coaches do in the future. And you guys got anything to say on this one before we move on?
I think Turtle played extremely well, covering for both like the speed and weather with that Ninetales.
Both
He knew
Ninetales.
exactly, yeah, he knew exactly when he could cover for the weather, and then once he didn't need weather anymore, he just allowed Snom to take the sun control because he just could control speed after that. I think it was one of the matches that Turtle played really really well. He didn't make many mistakes that one.
And at the end of his stream, he was like, oh, I made some mistakes. I could have played better. I was like, I don't think so, man. Each of these games were turn 7, turn 6. Done and done. Like, that's not typical in this format.
Yeah, the only comment that I did have was at the end. Was at the end of the game. I think Snob came to the chat and he says, "How the hell do I play this format?" So
Yeah.
shout out to Snob for being Snob.
That's kind of how I feel too.
Yeah, no, I appreciate Snom. He helped me a lot last season, and Snom, if you ever need help, buddy, just my DMs are always open for you, not anyone else, for you.
Slide up in the DM.
Yeah, Snom's the only moderator on my channel too. We love Snom here. We absolutely love Snom here. So yeah, I feel the same way. If he really, I missed that comment if he said it, but yeah, how the hell do you play this for? Team building, I always built around who I was going to Dynamax, who I was going to stay out of Dynamax. Can I back up Dynamax? Do I, if I need this Dynamax Pokemon out of Dynamax, how does, So, what's it called? Snom's a goat. I don't think Snom's here right now. It's the West Coast for him, so it's like 4 o'clock p.m. He's probably in.
He's probably still sleeping.
Yeah. But Snom's a goat. What's a mod check mean? Now I feel bad that What's that mean? He's not here. So.
Oh, it's just like a meme emoji.
All right, so yeah, he's my only mod on the channel. Shout out Snom, and let's get into the next game. Shout out Turtle for being an awesome new competitor. I'm excited to see what he does with his team too. So I'm real excited to see what both these teams do in the future. Just means he's not here. Yeah, no, he's not. All right, he's probably busy. I don't plan around his schedule. I hope he watches the VOD and sees this though. That'd be quite funny if he does and mentions in the chat. But let's get into the next game, which is actually Behaney's game, the one doing the mods checks in the chat. And who's got this one this week, guys?
Oh, I do.
Let's go, Jax. Take it away.
So, this was a really well played game by Haney. I loved the way that he used the Galar Zapdos in both of these. I think that Galar Zapdos is going to prove to be one hell of Pokemon in this format. A kind of a high commodity.
Why do you say that?
I think Andrew tried to go super fast with the Talonflame and with the Dragapult going out there. Setting Tailwind, guaranteed Tailwind, being able to go first with his Pokemon every turn. But Behaney just had, he could match the Tailwind with the Whimsicott. He had a lot of bulk on his team where he needed it with like Umbreon, stuff like that. Just doing basic Behaney things. I think everybody kind of has come to get used to, having a bulky team that can match what his opponent's trying to do and just outlast him pretty much, which is really what went on. He played really well. he did have one misstep with the encore. He tried to encore the Togetic. Didn't realize that Follow Me has the priority 2, and the encore with Prankster only has priority 1.
I see. I
Um,
wouldn't know that either. Those priority tiers are hard, so that's an honest mistake. You got to do that in practice battles. That's one of the things you got to work out in practice.
yeah, that's I was surprised that he didn't already work that out in practice. Like he must miss Koji kind of a little bit, practicing like the solid like 30-hour weeks in the practice room each week or something.
The part-time job.
I
Because
failed you. I failed you,
I'm,
B.
I'm,
Henny. I'm sorry.
I'm just I actually was legitimately surprised though when he was like, "Oh, I thought that went before that." Like
I did
I
too.
was surprised
I would have too.
that he hadn't, specifically mapped that out. I mean, I know some weeks when I do stuff, I specifically map scenarios out just to make sure that they work. Um,
Yeah.
and I feel like Togetic and the Follow Me to try to redirect some of his things would have been something that he would have been on the lookout for. I'm sure that's why he would have. That's why he encored and stuff to try to basically nullify the Togetic doing all that stuff. But once he knew once he did it and he knew that the Togetic was going to be doing nothing but follow me, he just did what he usually does and in game adjusted to be able to compensate for it anyway. So it really wasn't as much of a misplay as he even made it out to be in a stream. I feel like um, Andrew had a chance to win game 2 too, and I think Behaney mentioned something on his stream about moving first, and instead of taking out the Zapdos, he for some reason hit a wood hammer into the Whimsicott, which doesn't make sense because it's not very effective, and the Whimsicott was almost at full health, which was kind of strange, and that just allowed that Zapdos to stay in the game and just keep doing Zapdos things. It eventually knocked its own self out, but it wasn't after it took out like that. That Tapu Bulu was a threat. It was a big threat, and it gave Behaney the Pokemon advantage. And once you give Behaney the Pokemon advantage, it's really difficult to try to come back on it. So that kind of wrote that game off, unfortunately. And you never know. Once it goes to a game 3, it's really difficult to beat Behaney in the first place because he has a long history of even when some people split with him. That game 3 is crazy hard because he knows how to adjust from game to game in game as good as anybody that I know. So, um, yeah, I gotta give props to Behaney. He played really, really well. Just that one misstep on the encore that not very many people would have noticed or thought could have happened anyway. So he played a pretty flawless match. So I think Andrew should keep his head up and keep pushing on because I think he's got a pretty decent team too.
I think he's got a great team, and I'm offering him some trades. Like, hey, if you do want to change it up, being the asshole that I am. But no, I think he's got a great team, and that's why I'm trying to offer him trades. But yeah, no, Behaney is one of the strongest coaches in the league. We've seen that time in and time again. And yeah, I'm expecting a strong season from both these coaches. I expect Andrew to bounce back. I expect Behaney to stay dominant. And yeah, I'm excited to see what both these guys do next week. We got anything else on this one?
Uh, I mean, B Henny, like Jack said, B Henny doing B Henny things.
Yep.
I'm just really happy that I was quick on the send message when I heard that Koji was not going to be around this season. I'm like, B Henny, like, come on, just pick me up off the waiver wires. Let me help me, help you win some games.
I love how
And
active you are. I love you. You're like, yo, I want to be a part of the show. Yo, I want to be a part of the parrot. Like, I'm all
yeah,
in. I love it. I fucking love that
yeah.
attitude.
I mean, B Henny, like, not to give out. I don't want to give any secrets out like with his prep, but he is very thorough. And I thought maybe I knew some things, but when he goes over things with you, it's definitely eye opening, and you're like, I never thought about it that way. And he doesn't make the same mistake twice. I think that's one thing I appreciate watching him play because you know I I got to get him to play some ladder and play some series, because I think if he does that, I think he could be top cutting some tournaments. Because I definitely think he can compete with some of these other guys that you see on Twitch. Maybe like the Joe UX9s, D'Angelo's, those type of people. I think B Henny has the temperament for it. And with some practice, I think he can be on that level. That's just kind of how I feel. I'm still kind of new to the scene, but he's a very good player. So
Live
that's all I
events
really have to
coming
say on
back.
that.
Live events coming back. So yeah, maybe we'll see Behaney at a live event. No, Behaney, you are that good. Don't you? You're that good. You are that good. If you put time in, the more you put in, the more you're gonna get out. That's all I'll say about you. You got a talent, my friend. But let's get into the
Be
next
honest.
match.
Let's be honest. We're going to see him in the World Series pitching, and he's going to forget all about that he played Pokemon, and he's going to be sitting there with his goggles on, spraying
No, he's
champagne
still
and
gonna be
beer on
kicking our
everyone else.
ass. He's still gonna be kicking our ass in Pokemon, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, I
Yeah,
got something to do between
He'll
like
be
3 and
pitching in the World Series
yeah."
with a Pikachu sticker on his hat.
yeah.
No, I'll have that New England Pidgeots logo. He'll have an undershirt like the Professor Koji shirts, but yeah. What's it called? We got to get into the next match, which is Wheeze versus Arceus. And who is going to be
I,
Matt
going
had
over
this
this
one.
one?
yep. I had this game.
So take it away, Matt. The floor is yours.
Yes. So, I believe Arceus was streaming. This is the first time I actually watched an Arceus stream,
Oh, I love
and
Arceus' streams.
he is like, I've talked to him before. He's helped me prep last year, and Arceus knows his stuff.
Yeah.
And listening to him talk, very calculated. You kind of hear him say, like, if I do this and this guy does this, like, I'm in trouble. But we'll see kind of how it goes. So he knows what he wants to do. He knows the counters. So what I have here is Kartana choice band is a thing? Question mark. Because I thought Kartana was already powerful by itself, but the minute you put a choice band on it, and God forbid Kartana starts killing things and starts getting beasted up with that beast boost, I mean that thing is hard to take down at that point. But Kartana, definitely choice band. I like that. I mean that's going to be something going forward to kind of keep your watch out on for Arceus.
Yeah.
Of course, Corsola for Whis. I didn't realize how tanky Corsola is.
Yep.
I mean, it's just this tiny little shell. It's like the conch. It's like the conch from SpongeBob. All hail the magic conch. Shout out to SpongeBob for all those years. But anyway, such a tanky little shell. Arceus takes game one. Um, Arceus also pointed out that Lisa's game plan looked like he was just trying to be like a good staller. And you kind of felt that with the team that he did bring. Um, Something else that stood out is leftovers Lando. I've never seen something like that before. Maybe I'm just way too new. That kind of speaks to how much of a newbie I am. But I've never imagined someone putting leftovers on a Lando, because I believe it was a Azumarill that hit Lando with an ice beam, and I'm like, oh, this should OHKO it because it being 4 times the ice, but
Yeah.
it only did about half damage. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Like, how bulky is this Lando? Arceus had the perfect setup for game two. He had the trick room set up. He had this weakness policy proc, and I wrote in the section. I said, "What could possibly go wrong?" Well, maybe a flinch from an icicle crash onto Mudsdale.
Yeah.
And as soon as that happened, the game just totally just turned on its head. Because I'm watching this game, I'm like, I don't see how Arceus loses this game. I'm just kind of looking at him like it feels like he's in the driver's seat. Like this could be a quick 2-0 here, but instead Whis gets the icicle crash with his Mamoswine to Mudsdale, and then all of a sudden you can hear in Arceus' voice. He's like, "Well, shit." And then game three starts off really good for Arceus. He switches in his Mudsdale to counter counter Whis' Tapu Koko with a Thunderbolt. But Tapu hits a discharge late in the game with just Azu and Torn left on the field. And obviously, Whis strikes back. The only thing that I kind of have written here, and I want to kind of get your guys' opinion because I'm not sure, but during that turn, if he would have tailwind with Torn, would Azu be faster than Tapu in that situation, or at that point, like he just has to kind of eat the district?
I think he has to eat the discharge, right? I don't think there's a
Okay.
way for it to be
Well, it
faster.
would have. He could have done that. He could have tailwinded and then been possibly faster. All depended on speed investment on the Azumarill
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
Being TR, it was probably like it could have been like negative nature,
I think it
0 speed. It
Tapu's
would
such
have
a
been a kind
naturally
of
fast Pokemon.
closer to. But had he done that and just attacked with the Azumarill, then whichever Pokemon he didn't attack would have had an open attack to
Yeah.
take out either the Torn or the Azumarill at that point, and then there was nothing that Torn would have been able to do to take out whichever one was left in the end. So he was kind of pinned in a position where unfortunately for him, it really didn't matter as much. Had he known that he was going to protect the Landorus,
Then you could do some more stuff.
then he could have pulled it out because he could have tailwinded and then possibly got the Azumarill to take out the Coco if it could have, and then he would have had a 2v1 advantage. But it was a really odd protect. You could tell
You can't
when
predict
it
the
happened.
protect there. You can't,
Yeah, because it's not like the discharge was going to do anything.
Yeah.
But at the same point, he was preserving the Lando because if he did tailwind and use the Azumarill to take out the Lando, then it would have been a wasted move on Arceus's part at that point.
Yeah, because
So
I mean, I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, like it feels like Arceus is in the driver's seat because Tornadus, it's at full health. I'm pretty sure Azumarill was almost at full health, and then he had a Mon in the back, and then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, Icy Wind, but then I totally forgot how fast Tapu Koko is because
Yeah.
I'm so used to Regieleki. Tapu Koko was like right behind Regieleki. It's like I won't say it's the
130.
bootleg. Yeah, I won't say it's the bootleg of Regieleki, but Tapu Koko was like right behind Regieleki for speed. As far as speed goes. So I thought maybe Icy Wind get the speed down and then kind of let Azu go a little nuts. But when you guys kind of point that out, yeah, it kind of seemed like Arceus was trapped. But I like Arceus. I think he'll bounce back.
Oh yeah.
Weiss has
So
been
good.
on a little hot streak. Last season, he kind of came in halfway, took over someone's team. I forgot who, and he pulled off some wins down the stretch
I
where
think
he was
Nanner's
in.
team.
Yeah, I think he was in playoff contention.
Yeah, he was.
Towards the
Yeah,
very end. So yeah. So with that being said, I mean, watch out for Weiss because he's looking for blood.
Yeah, dude, good people. Both good coaches in this battle. Well, everyone's a good coach. I should be saying that about everyone if I'm saying that about one team. But all right, we got anything else on this one before we get into the next one?
Nope. Next one. Hit it.
Next one's gonna be pretty quick. I don't have much on this one. What's Jam saying? We are all looking for blood. All right. But I reached out to Anti and Weeble. Anti got back and he said, I lost because I accidentally hit Sacred Sword when I went to hit Smart Strike, and that's all. Literally played perfect game 3. Lost because of my big hands. I said, you hate to see it. And then he was like, Weeble played really well. I just was like predicting all his protects and switches. And yeah, he outplayed me game 1. I played like ass game 1. Usual anti quote. But shout out Weeble for being able to take the victory over Anti, who already used all his trades. This is Anti's team for the season. Weeble is one of the new coaches we got this season, so coming in with a win is strong, man. That's not easy in any league. So shout out Weeble for being able to pull it off. Shout out Anti for saying, like, hey man, I was playing great. I predicted the protects and switches, but he was just like able to, when you play good and get the loss, you got to take it with a grain of salt. You got to be like, all right, look at what I did good. Look at what I can improve on, and I got to convert that to W's. But that's literally all I got on this one. So, Jax, you got anything else before we move on?
No, I've reached out to Anti and got pretty much the exact same thing.
Yeah. All right. And Matt, you got anything on this one too?
I do not, but at the same time, I can't believe you don't have any trades left. But you know what? That's your motto. Never change up for anybody.
Yeah,
stay true to yourself. Who cares what other people say?
I love it. But all right, so on to the next game. We got Fox versus Smurf, and who got this one? Bum trash garbage.
I do.
Done and done. Take it away, my friend.
All right, so I mean, this came down to another Fox playing pretty much exactly the way that he wanted to. I think before the actual match even kicked off, he was talking about how Smurf's team is a TR team and a Trick Room team, and his basic motivation was to not let him get TR up. That was pretty much he said as much. That was his path to victory. So game one, much like Jam did to Alpaca, Fox saw Smurf's team and saw that it was a lot of Trick Room mode, slow Pokemon. He brought in Chandelure and didn't even have to use Imprison in the beginning, was able to just put offensive pressure out there, and was able to take down, play really fast, able to take down the P2. Had a big avoid and a hyper beam in game two, I believe. And he used his signature mon, the Dragonite, to the best of
Yeah.
Fox's ability. He had that thing working in game one, and paired with the flamethrower from Chandelure, because Chandelure's special attack, being as high as it is, was able to do like 40% damage to Smurf's Pokemon before Dragonite could just come in and sweep up. And I think Fox had a really good strategy that went into Smurf's team too, being able to have Dragonite have moves that were super effective against two Pokemon that Smurf brought. So when he would switch out and like bring in the Drampa or something like that, he's got a fighting move and an ice move to combat any switch-ins that Smurf may possibly have. He would just choose a move that was super effective against both Pokemon, and it actually did a lot of work and helped him get a really clean 2-0 victory against Smurf in this one, unfortunately.
And Bum Trash Garbage is a very good battler.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just think the set that Fox brought on the Dragonite, especially, I mean, game two, he used the Imprison on the Chandelure to kind of stave off um the Trick Room, but having, I think it was Superpower was the fighting move, and stuff on the Dragonite. Whatever Smurf, unfortunately for him, whatever he pivoted into, really didn't want to take anything because it was going to be super effective from that Dragonite. And I don't know what the sets were either, but it was like a neg 1 through screens. Dragonite hit something for like 70% damage or something like that. It
crazy,
was insane amount of damage through
crazy,
all of that.
crazy. Dragonite is so good. Fox was actually like, "Yo, it should get moved up a tier," and when it didn't, he was like, "I'm gonna draft it," and he's gonna show us why it should get moved up a tier, and I can't wait. This is the Dragonite tour. Like, I'm excited. Oh my God, who's following us now? Darth Kamala. Thank you. I appreciate you. And yeah, so this was a real good game, dude. Jax, you got anything else on this one before we move on to the next one?
Nope.
Done and done. The next one is Jade versus Yama. And who's got this one? Do I got this one? I feel like it's been a while since I got one.
Nope, Matt does.
Matt, you got this one. All right. Take it away, Matt.
Yeah, so Jade versus Yama. Okay, so we seen a Flame Orb Milotic by Jade. Um, I'm trying to think, like, as far as Milotic goes, what's the abilities that it has? Does it have guts? Because I thought,
Marvel scale.
okay, so is that pretty much like the same thing? Because I'm like Flame Orb Milotic, like that's an interesting tech there.
It doesn't boost attack. Oh,
Yeah,
I
and
know it
Jade's
doesn't
logo
boost
is
attack. I
adorable.
think it boosts health
Yama's is too. Both logos are adorable.
because I know even Yama said it in like mid game.
Yeah,
Tootie
he
answered the
He was
pointed
like,
out.
question.
I don't know.
Wait, Tootie knows
Yeah,
everything.
it
Marvel scale boosts defense when
increases the
status.
defense by 50%.
When status.
Yeah,
Yeah, Tootie knows
yeah.
everything.
Okay. So he was going for a bulky Milotic. Okay, that makes sense. So what I have here is game one. Comfy is a calm mind abuser. I repeat, Comfy is a calm mind abuser. He was abusing calm mind, and I'm like, is Jade going to ignore that Comfy is just sitting there getting enough calm minds up where it could end up being like a +4 special attack, +4 special defense?
Crazy.
There was a reason why I wanted to draft Buzzwole, but seeing it in a shiny form on cart, I kind of fell in love, and I'm still kind of mad that Jade sniped me for Buzzwole because Buzzwole is such a just a cool looking mon. Like it goes to the gym, it just slaps on
You
a
should be
couple of
proud of that,
plates,
Behaney.
does a couple of bench presses, probably goes to the squat rack. Just Buzzwole is just one of those mons. It does honestly, it doesn't even look like a Pokemon. Like just the design of it. But I'm getting ahead of myself. It looks so cool. Jade, he's a runner up for the championship last season. But it looked like Jade was caught
Last
off guard.
season.
Yeah, last couple of seasons. Jade looked like he was caught off guard. I don't know if it's because of the new format, but he looked kind of out of his element. Cinderace looked kind of strong without Max. I know I kind of bashed Cinderace because I'm like, I know Cinderace is good at it with Max, but I don't know how much it's going to do because it's kind of frail. I know it hits hard. It's kind of like one of those glass canyons where if you're not getting a hit off of it, like what is Cinderace actually doing for you? Um, but at the end of the day, and this is my nominee for Pokemon of the Week is Comfy, because Comfy both game one and game two put in the work, and I don't think Jade, and I think he said like he prepared for everything else but Comfy.
Well, you don't
And
prepare
Comfy
for Combine comfy every day. That's not what
exactly,
you think looking at Yama's team immediately either. And Jade will be fine,
and
yeah.
Comfy is a support mod. Like that. I've never seen it use anything else but Draining Kiss, Floral Healing. Like those are the two moves that I'm so used to seeing. And just sitting Comfy, like get off a couple of calm minds, and all of a sudden starts hitting its Draining Kiss. I mean, it was a bad day in the office for Jade, but again, I don't expect Jade to take this flying down. Like he's gonna figure out how to bounce back. But Yama looked really good. His team looked really good, and if you guys are playing him in the future, like watch out for Comfy because if you don't prep against it, like it's gonna come out and smack you in the face.
Is it a standard single set? Tootie, who knows all, just said that. So I didn't know it's a standard single set. I usually put, if I'm being weird with Comfy, I'd love to slap a Leech Seed, Protect, you know, and try. I guess Combine makes a lot of sense with that Draining Kiss, man.
Getting
Yeah.
it +3 special attack, +3 defense with a stage 3 priority every time it uses a move that heals itself. Yeah, that's pretty big.
And Taunt wants to have a talk with Comfy. That's funny, Jam. It does. But yeah, man, this is a good game. Yeah, wait, Matt, I'm sorry I interrupted you. Do you got anything else?
No. That was about it. Like I said, Yama. Watching him draft, I was a little confused about his draft picks. But you know what? You're gonna pilot your own team, and that's what he's doing. He's piloting his own team. This is what he wanted, and he's making it work for him. So I apologize if it sounded like I was a little down on his draft, but after week one, like if this is what we're gonna see going forward, watch out for Yama because he's definitely looking to make some noise in this format.
Oh, he definitely is looking to make some noise. And yeah, Andrew Embiid is out in tonight's game, so Knicks should win easily. Hopefully, everyone does well. I want everyone to score 30 points and have multiple three-pointers and like triple double, 10 rebounds, 10 assists for everyone. I want the Knicks to win very easily. But yeah, so let's get into the next game, which was KD versus Pengy. And KD was able to take the 2-1 victory in what I thought was one of my favorite games I've watched in a while. So we see the Nidoking and Togetic lead for Pengy versus Meowstic and Primarina for KD. KD loves that Meowstic. Pengy switched out the Nidoking for the Dracovish. Meowstic fake outs a fish, and Primarina ice beams Togetic, freezing it. What? This is the second freeze we've seen this week. So then Dracovish protects, Meowstic Sunny Days, and Primarina Moonblast into the protect. The Togetic stays frozen. Meowstic then T-Waves but misses the Dracovish. And Primarina Dazzling Gleams, breaking this. Oh, Dracovish substitutes. Primarina Dazzling Gleams, breaking the substitute. Togetic wakes up or out of the freeze and yawns the Primarina at this point. Pengy then switches in the Nidoking for the Dracovish. Meowstic T-Waves Togetic, paralyzing it this time. Dazzling Gleam from Primarina does some damage to both, and then it falls asleep after this turn from the yawn. And Togetic yawned that slot again in case Primarina switched out. Oh, what's up? Meowstic the champ. Let's go T-Wave. BRB food. Parried 4 times. Yeah, crazy. And then we see the Whimsicott come in for the Togetic at this point. Meowstic Psychics the Nidoking. Nidoking Earth Powers. Critical hitting and KOing the Meowstic. Oh, critical hitting the Meowstic. And Prim gets the KO. I can't read what I wrote. But then Nidoking protects. Meowstic T-Waves. And he misses a T-Wave again. And then... Oh, wow. My handwriting is really bad. But then... Energy Balls the Meowstic, KOing it. Oh, Whimsicott Energy Ball the Meowstic, KOing it. And Primarina stays asleep. Conkeldurr then comes in for Pengy. And switches into Togetic for Nidoking. Conk detects Whimsicott. Oh, no. Conkeldurr comes in for KD. Pengy switches
Yeah, I
in
was gonna say Conk has.
for KD.
KD has.
Yeah, then we see Pengy switch in the Togetic for the Nidoking. Conkeldurr detects. Whimsicott Energy Balls the Primarina. Primarina wakes up, Ice Beams the Whimsicott, getting another freeze. Togetic is paralyzed. Whimsicott is frozen. Primarina Dazzling Gleams, KOing the Whimsicott. Conkeldurr Ice Punches, KOing Togetic. So we're going into turn 9. Dracovish and Nidoking both come back in. Nidoking protects. Conkeldurr Mac punches the Dracovish. Dracovish fishes rends the Primarina, leaving it at 4 HP. Primarina Dazzling Gleams, KOing the Dracovish, and Pengy knows it's over and forfeits. Oh my god. Tom notes are killing me. These are just facts. These are just I'm doing a play-by-play. But then we see game 2. The same lead come out from both coaches. Nidoking and Togetic versus Meowstic Primarina. Nidoking protects. Togetic protects. Meowstic fake outs one of the protects. Primarina Ice Beams and Nidoking's protect. And Togetic follows me. Meowstic then misses another Thunder Wave. Nidoking Sludge Bombs and Primarina Ice Beams Togetic and doing like less than 30%. Primarina is yellow now from the Sludge Bomb. Togetic ate the Ice Beam like a champ. Meowstic then Psychics and Nidoking. Nidoking Earth Powers the Primarina, KOing it. And the Togetic yawns a Meowstic. Lando then comes in and Meowstic switches out for Conkeldurr. Togetic follows me. The Lando Sludge Bombs, bringing it into yellow. And Nidoking Ice Beams, KOing the Lando. Meowstic comes back in. Togetic follows me. Meowstic Psychics Nido. And Nido Earth Powers Meowstic. Conkeldurr Ice punches the Togetic, KOing it. And then we see Dracovish come back in. Nidoking protects. Meowstic Sunny Days. Dracovish fishes rends. Conk survives and Drain punches it. Pengy then switches out Nidoking for Rotom-Mow and protects the Dracovish. Meowstic Psychics the Rotom-Mow and Conkeldurr attacks the Dracovish's protect. Turn 8, we see Meowstic T-Wave. It connects, and Dracovish is paralyzed. Rotom-Mow barely misses the KO on Conkeldurr with Leaf Storm. Dracovish barely misses the KO on Meowstic with Ice Punch. Conkeldurr Ice Punches, KOing Rotom, but dying to the recoil. Nidoking then protects, and Meowstic Psychics to protect. Dracovish fishes rends, KOing Meowstic, and Pengy was able to take it going to a game 3. Yo, Primarina was tough this game. Like, every Pokemon was tough this game. And now we see a different lead from Pengy in Game 3, though. Pengy leads Mr. Brime and Rotom-Mow, this time into the Meowstic and Primarina from KD again. So KD do the same lead. Pengy switched it up. Rotom protects and Meowstic fake outs into the protect. Mr. Rime encores a Meowstic and actually activating the Mental Herb. Primarina then Moonblast the Mime. Pengy withdrew the mine for Togetic. Meowstic, Sunny Days, Rotomo, Leaf Storms, and Primarina Weather Balls KOing the Rotomo in the sun with the fire type move. Oh my god. You should have seen me writing this down. I was like, holy shit. My dog was looking at me like I had 3 heads. Like, why are you talking to your computer right now? But Nidoking then comes back in, and KD switches out the Primarina for Lando. Nidoking protects, Meowstic Thunder Waves the Togetic, and Togetic yawns at Meowstic. Meowstic switches out for Conkeldurr. Togetic is paralyzed and can't move. Lando U-turns the Nidoking, brings Meowstic back in. Nidoking Ice Beams Meowstic, doing less than half. Pengy switches switches out the Nidoking for Mr. Rime. Meowstic Psychics the what's it called? Psychics the Rime. Conkeldurr Ice Punches, and the Mime eats both of them. And Togetic is paralyzed and can't move. Meowstic Psychics Mr. Rime KOing it. Primarina Dazzling Gleams. And Togetic is paralyzed and can't move for the 3rd time in a row. I was like, oh my god. I couldn't believe it. Then Nidoking comes back in. Togetic is not paralyzed this time. Follows me, eats a Psychic type. Oh, no, that was 4 paralyzed in a row. Yeah, eats a Psychic by Meowstic. Nidoking KOs a Meowstic, and Primarina Ice Beams the Togetic, bringing it into yellow at this point. Conkeldurr comes back in for Katie. Togetic uses Helping Hand. Nidoking Earth Powers, killing the Conkeldurr. Primarina Ice Beams, killing the Nidoking. Lando comes back in for Katie, and it's a 2v1. Lando and Primarina versus Togetic for Pengy. Pengy knows it's over and forfeited this. And oh my god, this was crazy. Yeah, no, Togetic needed a wheelchair after this one. I couldn't believe we saw so many freezes this week. We saw so many paralyzed and can't moves too. Like, it was actually insane how much the hacks were showing up. But again, if you put yourself
This
in a
one kicked it
situation,
off too. This was the first match of the week that had super amounts of hacks.
if you put
4
yourself in a
pairs in a
situation,
row. 4 full pairs in a row.
if you
Crazy.
put yourself in the situation where you could get, like, if you use that T-Wave, that can happen. If you use an ice move, that 10% chance doesn't come through a lot. But when it does, it's clutch. It's all a roll of the dice. It's fucking crazy, man. And yeah, we saw just the dice were rolling that tonight, or whenever this match was playing. Shout out Katie for getting the victory over Pengy, who's a great coach, great person. And yeah, I can't wait to see what Pengy does. That was a real fun match to watch. I was watching it on the edge of my seat. I loved every second of it, and you can watch it at Katie's Twitch. All these are in the now streaming. Every match we're talking about, the ones we watched, are in the now streaming in the Discord. So go check it out. And yeah, do we got anything else on this one before we move into the next one?
I think we've seen a potential playoff matchup.
Yeah.
That game felt like a playoff game. Good thing it
In week
wasn't
1.
because of the quote unquote hacks. But like you said, I don't know. Like my kind of look at it is they wouldn't put it in the game if it wasn't possible. If you have someone paralyzed or have someone frozen or put to sleep, like the reason why you do that is because you have a chance of them not being able to move the next turn. Like you're willing to take that chance to do that to status them on. For that, it shouldn't be in the game. So yes, you hate to see it 4 times in a row, but there's a chance for it to happen 4 times in a row.
And yeah,
that's just kind of my stance on it. Good game between both of those guys. KD. I think I was the only one that actually picked KD to win this. I haven't watched Pengy play, but I know KD.
He's good.
He's a competitor.
Pengy's really
like
good.
You said,
Pengy's very good.
Meowstic. Meowstic is such a pain in the ass to deal with, but good game to watch all in all. And yeah, so let's keep it. The one thing I did want to point out is the Weather Ball Primarina.
Yeah, that's what he just
clutch.
said. That's what he just said in the chat. That was probably my favorite play of the game.
Yeah, and I don't think he carried a water move on Primarina, which was very interesting.
He didn't need it.
Yeah, he didn't need it. So shout outs to KD, shout outs to Pengy, and let's get on to the next matchup.
And RJ Barrett just did something awesome. Great fucking N1. And the next matchup was yours. Am I using the wrong logo? You gave a new logo, right? Did I forget to update this?
Yeah, I gave a new logo. I don't want to check Twitch because if I look at it, what does it look like right now?
What's it called? Let me check. I think I left myself a mental note. saying check the
It should
logos.
be it should be a picture of Bishop.
All right, so yeah.
Yeah, it's like a rendering of Bishop. It looks pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
Like he's running or something.
Yes, sir. He's
All right.
running away from the scandals of Bishop Sycamore, the high school that committed some of the worst crimes that you can ever commit as a high school, a football high school team.
Dude, I wish I got recruited. Like, how do I would love to have played in that game. Are you kidding me? That would have been so much fun. As like a grown adult. I'm 27. I would have loved it. That would have been so much fun. But all right, now I got
I
the
don't
right
know.
logo.
If I'm 27, I'm getting my ass kicked by a bunch of 17, 18 kids, 18-year-old kids who haven't hit puberty yet. I don't know what that says about my man, but that's just me.
See, I think I would be able to kick some ass out there just as like a 300-pound man.
Yeah, you do get that man strength, but when you have a kid, you get that that dad strength. I think
I'd be
Fox
so
can attest to
gassed by
that.
like the second play. And yeah, no, I did not like that serving by Ricky Rubio and Evan Mobley last night. I bet Evan Mobley to win Rookie of the Year, so hopefully that starts a campaign. But Ricky Rubio having 37 fucking points out of nowhere, I was screaming at my TV. But all right, so let's get into this one. I have notes on this one too, so you guys are stuck here in my play-by-play again. Let's get into game one. We see the Arcanine. We see Matt lead the Tapu Fini and Lipard into Jolt's Torkoal Lilligant. Arcanine switches in for the Fini on Matt's side, and Matt fake outs Torkoal. Jolt sleep powders the Arcanine slot, which was very confusing because the Misty Terrain was up. Could not believe it. And Angela was commentating on this one. I absolutely loved Angela's commentary on this one. It was so fun, like hearing Angela's comments, and he was very confused by that play, like everyone was. But then Lipard rain dances, switching the weather. Lilligant sunny days, switching the weather right back. Arcanine scorching sands, doing 50% to Torkoal, and Torkoal Earth Powers doing 75% to Arcanine. And I wrote actually here, I love Angela's commentary. Thank you, Angela. Then we see Lipard encore the Lilligant. Lilligant is now locked into sunny day. Arcanine scorching sands again, and Arcanine scorching sands again, and then Torkoal heat waves. Oh yeah, and then something went back and Arcanine faints. I can't read my handwriting. I'm sorry about that. So then
Yeah. So there was two Earth powers. No, one Earth power, then there was a heat wave to kind of finish off.
then the
My
screen went
Arcanine
black.
and Lipard.
That's what it went. I wrote the screen went black for a second, and then I saw
Yeah,
Arcanine faint.
my wife was calling me.
That's really funny. All right, so then Fini comes back in for the Arcanine. Lipard fake tears. Lilligant sunny days again. Fini is able to get the KO on Torkoal with a Scald at -2 special defense after the fake tears, and Jolt brings in the Surf Edge to this point. Lipard fake tears again. Lilligant sunny days again. The Leaf Blade from Surf Edge misses a KO on Fini, and Fini cleans up the Surf Edge with a Moonblast because Surf Edge is -2 at this point. Then we see the Grimmsnarl come in for Jolt. And this game one seems over at this point, I wrote. Fini protects, Grimmsnarl fake out to Lipard, Lilligant sleep powders the Fini protect. Then Lipard fake tears the Grimmsnarl, which doesn't affect it because Grimmsnarl is a dark type. Lilligant then put Fini to sleep because the Misty Terrain is over. Grimmsnarl Spirit breaks the Fini, lowering its special attack, and Fini is asleep and can't move. Then the Fini wakes up, huge. Lipard rain dances, Lilligant Pollen Puff KOs the Lipard, and Grimm Spirit breaks the Protect. Tujamadaro comes in from Matt. Togemadaro knocks out the Lilligant. Oh no, fakes out the Lilligant. Grimmsnarl light screens at this point. Fini Moonblast and it doesn't do enough. Fini then protects, Grimmsnarl reflects. Togemadoro uses Nuzzle, lowering Lilligant's speed by paralyzing it, and it's able to put but Lilligant is able to put Togemadaro to sleep. Am I saying that Pokemon's name right? Then Fini
I just call it
combines.
Toby.
Yeah, and then Togemadaro stays asleep. Grimmsnarl's spirit breaks and Lilligant is paralyzed and can't move. Fini then protects. Togemadaro wakes up, paralyzing the Grimmsnarl. Lilligant sunny days, taking speed back, and Grimm spirit breaks to Togemadaru. Togemadaru zing-zaps Grimmsnarl. Lilligant misses the sleep powder. Fini hits the Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl survives but flinches. Fini then protects Zomagamaru, zing-zaps KO and Grimm. Lilligant after use, which failed, and Jolt forfeited. Turn 15. You were saying his name wrong, but it's fine. Okay, Tojimadaru.
Yeah, it's Toga Damaru. Toga Damaru.
Togedemaru. All right, so
Yeah.
let's get into game 2. We see Pincurchin and Lilligant for Jolt into the Feeney, Lipard for Matt. Arcanine switches in for Feeney. Lipard fake out to Lilligant, and Pincurchin rising voltage KOing the Arcanine turn 1. Togedemaru switches in for Jolt. Jolt switches out the Pincurchin for Surfetch, and Togedemaru fake out to Surfetch. Fake tears with Lipard, and the Lilligant Pollen Puffs activating Lipard Citrus Berry. Feeney comes in for Lipard. Misty Terrain goes up, and Surfetch protects. Togedemaru Sing Zaps to protect, and Lilligant sets the sun, taking the speed control with the weather. Feeney then protects Lilligant after use the Surfetch, close combat in the Togedemaru, and it holds on with the Focus Sash. Togi then nuzzles Surfetched, but because of the Misty Terrain, it doesn't get paralyzed. Toji Spiky Shield then. Lilligant Pollen Puffs the Feeney. Surfetch Leaf Blades the Feeney, barely missing the KO, but then Feeney KOs the bird with the Moon Blast. Grim comes in for the Jolt, and the Light Screen and Lilligant Pollen Puffs Togedemaru killing it at this point. Feeney Moon Blasts the Grim. Feeney then protects Lipard fake outs Lilligant, and Grimmsnarl Spirit breaks into the protect. Mist disappears at this point. Lipard encores the Grimmsnarl. Doesn't work because of the prankster into Dark type. Lilligant puts Feeney to sleep. Grim Spirit breaks, KOing it. And Matt lost game 2. Damn. Game 3 was a quick one, though. Game 3, we get Lilligant Torkoal into the Lipard Arcanine. Lipard fake outs a Lilligant. Heat Wave, KOing the Lilligant from Arcanine. And Torkoal Earth Powers into Arc. Raichu comes in and protects. Arcanine protects. Lipard Rain Dances, and Torkoal Earth Powers the Arcanine's protect. Lipard then encores Raichu's protect. Raichu doesn't get to double protect, and gets. I can't read my handwriting. And Torkoal, and doesn't set the sun at this point. So Torkoal solar beams in the rain because of that. Lipard fake outs a Torkoal, and Arcanine Earth Powers KOing it. Raichu comes back in, and Lipard switches out and sets the Misty Terrain. Lipard switches out, and Tapu Fini sets a Misty Terrain. Raichu, Rising Voltage, KOing the Arcanine. Pincurchin, Rising Voltage, gets a crit, and Fini barely holds on. Azelf switches in, Energy Balls and Raichu, KOing it. Fini Moonblast Pincurchin, and Pincurchin, Rising Voltage, Azelf. But at this point, Jolt knows it's over, quit, and Matt was able to take the victory. Encore is so fucking huge, man. I see Katie saying that in the chat, too. Encore is so huge. It seems so good in this format. I think it seems so good. Oh, no, Andrew said that. I watched Wolfie back in the day, so saying Mon's name was wrong is fine with me. I'm just dumb and don't know how to read, so I say some of the Mon's names wrong. But yeah, no, this was a fun game. Matt, thank you. If you need help in the future and I'm available to help you stream them, I'd love to, because that was fun. I would love to give my commentary during the matches, too. And Andrew saying Encore seems good in this format. I think it is, too. But
yeah, no, I'll definitely take you up because I mean I want to get better, and the only way for me to get better is like being able to go back and watch my games. I feel like that's such a like for people that are able to stream and save their games, like that's such a benefit for them for the shared part that like you can go back and watch those games and say, okay, I could do this
this is where
better.
I made this mistake.
Yeah, I can do this better, and that's what I'm kind of doing now. Like in the morning before I go to work, like I'm going back and watching that game and saying like, if I would have did this instead of this, like I would have been in a better position.
Yeah, don't
And
let the
that
shoulda,
just
coulda,
kind of
wouldas
helps.
kill you, though.
You know, it kind of picks up that muscle memory at that point.
Don't let the shoulda, coulda,
Yeah,
wouldas
for
kill you.
sure. Definitely not prankstering a Darkmon.
Yeah, that would have helped.
Yeah. Well, the first time I did it, it was I was like, shit. And I don't know if anyone could tell. I think Angelo pointed it out, but you could see
the table was shaking.
Yeah, that was me slamming my hand, and I said, "What the hell am I doing?" So yeah, no, I got pissed. I'm like, I can't believe I did that. Like, if I lose game 1, it's because of my stupid mistakes. And
yeah, especially off of the first turn, Jolt tried to status in the Misty Terrain, which was
sloppy plays everywhere.
Yeah, so like that's why I kind of compared it to like the week 1 of the NFL, where it's like there's so much hype going into these games, and you're like, yeah, no, these guys got to kind of shake off the rust. So hopefully, I'm a little bit more sharper. Like I have to be actually a lot sharper because my week 2 matchup is no slouch. But we'll talk about that later on.
We will talk about that later on. Do we got anything else before we move on to the last match, which was one of the best
Well,
matches of the week?
I know Jolt said that he had 3 misclicks throughout the 3 games, and 2 of them were in that third game, which was extremely unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's always unfortunate. But all right, let's move into
Yeah.
the last match of the week, which was Angelo versus Pops, and who's got this one? Jax, is it you or did I remember that wrong?
No, I got it. I got it.
Let's go. So Matt, take it
All
away.
right. All right. So here are my notes. The first thing I have written here is Angelo is not messing around.
Nope.
Angelo, for some reason, after that playoff loss to Koji, that candlelight ceremony of him saying goodbye to his team, awoken some type of monster in him. Because Angelo has been on a terror, after CPDL, after that, the season, I actually started watching some of Angelo's streams a little bit more.
Such a good
And
streamer. He's such a good
he's just a
streamer.
really good battler. Yeah, he's a good battler. He doesn't make the same mistake twice. With him, Fox and B Haney, like those are guys that you kind of got to just watch out for because you got to play mistake-free Mons because if you're not, like, you can easily get 2-0 by them.
Oh yeah.
I was very surprised. I was very surprised of how this game turned out because Pops is such a good battler, but at the same time, Angelo is that good. I'm not
Pops is
exaggerating it.
so
Like
good.
Angelo's a really good. Yeah, Angelo's a really good battler. Um, I also have written here Pops and Suicune is a match made in heaven. I think Pops and Suicune I think that's really like a really good pairing because Suicune is just a bulky mon, and Pops is just kind of like a stall type of tactic type of player from what it looks like going into this format. Um, Angelo's Mimi is an unsung hero in this matchup. Setting up that trick room, getting it going was definitely beneficial for him. Angelo wondering why Rilla was not getting burned. Well, guess what? Pops put protective pads. That was such a cool thing to see. You don't really think about some of these items, and all of a sudden, like when Pops is like, "Ah, I got the secret tech." Always count on Pops to find something out at like the bottom of the barrel and kind of pull it out, and you're like, "Holy shit, like, that actually works." Um, a crucial moment in game 2 for Pops, he goes for a double protect with Rilla and Zach, and then Angelo makes a good play by going for a meteor beam with Celesteela. Now, obviously, it's not going to connect, but at the same time, with Celesteela getting that special attack boost,
So crucial.
Next turn, I mean, it's already at a +1 in special attack, so Celesteela kind of just cleans up from there. This was 2 very good games. I wanted to see it go to a game 3, but Angelo, obviously, he was definitely prepared. I don't expect Pops to get 2-0'd very much. If all, this might be his only time getting 2-0'd. But at the same time, Angelo is not messing around this season. And those are my notes for that game.
And yeah, I couldn't have said it better. Pops is such a good coach, so to see him get 2-0 is always surprising. Won't happen a lot this season at all, and that just goes to show how good Angelo is at this game. And I'm excited to see how both these coaches play going forward. And there was actually the Celesteela was in the contention for Pokemon of the Week, so that was our last battle. You guys ready to get into the first Pokemon of the week?
Wait, hold on. Can I just say,
Yes.
go Chimsticks. Go Chimsticks.
Yeah, the Chimsticks.
Chimsticks.
Is that, what language is that again?
I don't know, but go Chimsticks.
All right.
Yeah, TR was huge in this game. Volcarona, I think, was the MVP of game 1. That's just me. Angelo was able to come back and win on the back of Volcarona game 1. But Celesteela is a Pokemon.
So good.
Boy, is it a good freaking Pokemon. It's been a beast for the last 2 or 3 seasons, and Angelo used it to much effectiveness in this game.
And wasn't Volcarona Assault Vest?
Was
Yes.
it?
I'm pretty. That was so interesting because you kind of forget that Volcarona can do so many things, but at the same time, if you play Series 10 at all, like if you play Series 10 for 5 matches, if you don't come across a Volcarona, I don't know who you're playing, because Volcarona is definitely big, especially when you're going up against a Zacian or an Urshifu with that flame body. But to see Assault Vest Volcarona, um, you kind of just got to be on your toes against Angelo, because he can go full support or he can go full attack with that Volcarona. So
And that's
and
why he
Volcarona
picked
is
it where he did. He has a
yeah, and it's
plan.
definitely very bulky.
Yep.
Oh, wow. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. So let's get into Pokemon of the Week, which was Yama's Comfey. Shout out Yama. Shout out Comfey. The Calm Mind strategy worked. It was able to get you Pokemon of the Week. Congratulations, my friend. I'm so proud of you. And I'm so proud of every coach. So not a lot of people sent submissions. Angelo sent a submission. A couple other people sent submissions. So like I please send submissions. Please, I'm begging you, send submissions. Or else I gotta choose and then I don't always know who to choose. So Jam, DM me that Mandibuzz next time, and you would have made the honorable mentions. And let's get into the honorable mentions. Or you know what? Wait, let's let Comfy get his shine. Matt, you got anything to say about this first thing? Jax, I'll kick it to you.
So I mean, I don't have much to say about Comfy, because I kind of recapped the game. But at the same time, Comfy, if you're not paying attention, like it can sneak up. It looks like Yama really knows how to pilot this thing. So go Comfy, go Yama. Good luck rest of the season. I would be. I'm going to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if Comfy makes another play. Mon of the week again. I would not be surprised.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, I'm not surprised offensive Comfy made Pokemon of the Week because you don't usually see it like used like that in doubles format, and
Yeah.
obviously it wasn't as well prepped for, and it just did so much work. This is a great decision for Pokemon of the Week.
Yeah, so again, anyone, send me your Pokemon of the Week. I don't care how many KOs you got. I care about the eye test. Grappaloct and Lando should be honorable mentions. Well, they didn't make honorable mentions. These are the three Pokemon that did. You guys, Jax, I'm gonna kick it to you first. Talk about the honorable mentions. My dog's freaking out. I gotta go check on something.
I can't even see the honorable mentions.
It was Behaney's Galar Zapdos. It was Angelo Celesteela. It was KJ Chicken's Lando.
Oh, okay. Well, I personally voted for the Galar Zapdos because that thing I think that was one of the pivotal Pokemon that controlled the game between Behani and Andrew. It did the damage that it needed to set up everything that was on Behani's team, and he worked through it and worked with it and around it, which was huge. The Celesteela that I think Angelo nominated, and just once he was able to set TR, which was huge in his match, it just went absolutely crazy like it usually does. If you don't bring something to deal with Celesteela, you're
Yeah.
gonna have a really tough time. And then the Lando, I mean, just unfortunately for Tom, beat Tom Spacin with 6 kills in 2 games. So
Yep, it did.
it's kind of obvious why that bad boy was in there. Honorable mentions. All three coaches used all three of these Pokemon really well. And I'm sure they're going to keep using all three of these Pokemon really well, as they can be staples on a team in the series.
I love the flying bias that I didn't realize until right now. That's really fucking funny. Yeah, we don't discriminate, but you have to be a flying type to be an honorable mention in the future. No, like, that's really funny though. But what's it called? Matt, you got anything to say before we move on?
No, I mean, we're gonna try our best not to make sure all the Mons of the week or honorable mentions are flying types. Celesteela. I mean, that is arguably one of those Mons that can be player Mon of the week, just because how bulky it is and everything that you can do with it.
Yeah.
And shame on us in that league to let someone like Angelo get his hands on Celesteela, because that is going to be such a pain in the ass to kind of deal with for this season.
Yeah, no, it's so good. It's so good. But all right, let's get into Pokemon kill leaders. which we see two of the flying types that made the honorable mentions, the Landorus and the Celesteela. Lando getting our top spot with Chicken, 6 KOs. The Celly getting 5 KOs in second, and we have an 8-way tie for third. So shout out Katie and Primarina, Yama and Comfey, Matt and Tapu Fini, Behaney and Galar Zapdos, Jam and Nidoking, Fox and Shandy, Tootie and Instant, and finally Wheeze and Tapu Koko. You guys all got 4 KOs. So shout out all of you coach and Pokemon combos. Shout out all the coaches that made the list. Congratulations. So Matt, you made the list. Congrats, my friend.
Thank you. I was not expecting Tapu Fini to do much work. During practice with Behaney, Tapu Fini was going to be that Mana kind of sits in the back of the party and just kind of observes everything. And if it had a chance to get a couple of KOs, it's going to do its job. But I'm definitely happy to get those 4 kills with Tapu Fini. So now I don't know if I should just kind of throw all my game plans away and just kind of have Tapu Fini go nuts and forget about the rest of my mons.
Just try to accumulate kills with Tapu Fini. That could be a fun game
Yeah,
plan.
yeah. I'm just gonna be a stat collector at this point.
And Jax, anything stick out to you?
No, I think everybody did really, really well.
Done.
Using these mons like this, the best of their ability. And if you don't like seeing all flying mons in the honorable mention, you guys gotta do better things to stop them.
Exactly.
Because all 3 of them were top 1, 2, and 3 in the kill leaders. That says something.
And then you don't have to be the kill leader to win Pokemon of the Week either, if you know what I'm saying. But let's get into the predictions, which is one of my favorite parts. So I'm doing the giveaway again. Wait, let me look for yeah. So again, if you go 12 for 12, did I drop something? No. If you go 12 for 12, I'm going to send you this. I don't care where you live. I'll figure out how to ship it to you. So Elite Trainer Box, Battle Styles. If you go 12 for 12 in the predictions. All right, I'll leave this like this then. I'll leave this like this. And we're really close to doing the Vivid Voltage Box giveaway. We're 6 subs away. And then what's it called? I'm going to open 3 of them live and give one away. Yeah, so send in your predictions in the predictions tab, and if you go 12 for 12, you win the Battle Styles ETB. So that's a lot of fun. Or will you come see the one who wins? I don't know what that means, Andrew, but yeah. Shit, I was close. Yeah, no, Katie, you were close. Tootie, Anti, and Jade. It's possible, man. You could easily go 12 for 12 this season. I think someone's going to do it this season. Last season, since I started late, I didn't think anyone was going to do it. Now I think someone's going to do it. If you put the time and energy in, I think it's going to be you could have it. But you guys got anything to say about this before we get into the standings? I'll go to Jax. You first. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, let me go to. I've been going to you first a lot, Matt.
No, I didn't have anything to say. You're good.
So yeah, Matt, what do you got to say now? Yeah.
How close was Tootie?
Tootie was 6, and Katie and Angelo were 9.
Okay. Yeah, no, out of 12, I mean that's really good. I mean that's more than 50%. There was definitely, I don't know if you can call them upsets because of how early in the season it is, but you're not going to get a good feel for where the predictions are going to go until maybe week 2, maybe week 3, maybe week 4 when things kind of take shape. But yeah, I mean I think someone's going to get 12 out of 12. I hope so.
Oh, and yeah, KD, Angelo straight up said, I'm going to take Katie's exact picks so that if he wins, we have to split it. So I don't know how he would split an ETB. I guess we would have, you know what? I'm going to make the tiebreaker right now because this is a fake contest. So, it would go to the rest of the season's record. You would have to have a better head-to-head prediction record than Angelo for the rest of the season if you guys tie. So if 2 people win on the same week, we go to a sudden death. No, this contest, I made it up. You know what I mean? I'm going to send you the thing. I shouldn't have used fake. But I'm going to send you the ETB. But if 2 people win on the same week, we're going to a second contest where you got to beat the person head to head. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not who predicts it first and posts it win. You could predict last second or send it to me privately if you don't want someone copying you. But what's it called? Just predict it before the first game of the week. I'm always going to copy him. Like, no. Katie, if you want to send me the pics privately, it's really funny. If Angelo's always going to copy KD, but yeah, we'll go to a sudden death where you gotta beat each other head to head. I'll copy Tom. Yeah, my predictions usually suck, dude. I'm usually like less than 50%. I'm really bad at predicting these games. That's why my bookie loves me. But all right, let's get into the standings. All right. First, we got the Armored Division. It's early. We see 6 teams 1-0 and 6 teams 0-1. Very easy. Not much to talk about here. So I'm just gonna filibuster and I'll kick it to you guys when we get to the next segment. But yeah, here's the crowned division right now. Again, 6 teams 1-0, 6 teams 0-1. If we go 0-12, I gotta send you something. If you go 0-12, no, you know what? I'm like looking. What can I give away? I don't want to give nothing away.
Give a pair of your sweaty socks if someone goes 0-12.
No, I don't want to pay shipping on a pair of my sweaty socks and bring those into UPS. What can I give away for 0-12? You know what? You could get a 1 month supply of Dollar Shave Club. You could get the Dollar Shave Club box I didn't open. You go 0-12. Shout out Dollar Shave Club. So we're giving Dollar Shave Club away. You go 0-12. Because that's what I have laying on the floor here. I just got it in the mail. All right. Let's get into the next segment, which is the week 2 matches and our predictions. So I'm excited, guys. I'm really excited for this. And good luck predicting the matches. And you know what? Let's just get right into it. I didn't write everyone's Twitches this time, so everyone's got to do their own research. I'll shout out if they have a Twitch and stream it. And if we think this match will be streamed, I'll let you know. Who hit that 3? Kemba did. Nice. But all right. So the first match is Snom versus Andrew. I do not believe this is going to be streamed. Tom going for that sponsorship. Yeah, no, you know what? I want to hit up my bookie and see if they can sponsor the Tommy Knicks parlay of the day. So right now we need Knicks first half, Knicks full game, RJ Barrett, Randall, and Evan Fournier to hit 2 threes each. Julius to hit 20 points, RJ 15, Evan 12, and then Julius to get 4 assists and RJ to get 5 rebounds. Randall has no assists right now, which is concerning. He has a bunch of rebounds though. Yeah, 4 rebounds, no assists. So hopefully he steps up on the assists. Just give me a capture card on our stream. Dude, they're $13 at Walmart.com. Pay the $13. That's what I did. I have the cheapest stream setup ever. I paid more for the background artwork than I did anything else in here. No, the laptop I paid for, but I bought that for school, so I didn't buy that for streaming. But yeah, everything I bought for the stream was dirt cheap. I got these lights on sale for like $15 on. I got the $13 capture card. I got a cheap setup. But yeah, I think I'm going Andrew in this one. And Andrew, I'm picking you, man. I think Snom's got to get used to the non-Dynamax format. We heard it earlier. Yeah, I got a super cheap setup going on. Yeah, my capture card was 25. Mine was the $13 Walmart one. But the Elgato Poggers. Yeah, no, I didn't get that. I got the HDMI capture card. Yeah, I can show you right now actually because I'm not playing the game. Oh shit! I just knocked over my light. This is it, and then this is the thing from the Switch. But all right, so Jax, I'm gonna kick it to you first. Who do you got in this game?
I am going to go with Sam on this one.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
think
a
he's going to have
favorite.
a bounce back week. I think he's going to hammer
I
out
do
some
too.
details on his game and perform a little bit better. I feel like he underperformed. Did seem a little lost in week 1. I think he's going to come back twice as hard in this week, and it's going to be a tough one for Andrew to pull out. He's going to have to play really, really well.
And I think he can do that. And that's why I'm picking Andrew, but I agree with everything you said. And Matt, who do you got in this one?
So, I mean, as far as things kind of shape up, I mean, Andrew had a bad matchup versus, versus Behaney. Snob obviously a little bit lost. I'm kind of torn between, because Andrew, I know he's definitely prepping. I don't know if Snom is doing much prepping, so as much as it kind of pains me to say this, like I am going to go with Andrew because he did go up against Behaney. Behaney is a really good battler. Hopefully, Andrew could pick up some things after playing Behaney. But I'm definitely going with Andrew on this one.
So you're definitely going Andrew. Nice. All right. So we got 2 for Andrew, 1 for Snom. Let's get into the next one. This next one is going to be streamed, I believe, on both channels. Let me get the letters after Jam. It's Jam JGM and Behaney_27. Their Twitches. You can see them in the chat from the past chat. If you scroll up, click their name, shoot them a follow if you don't. And this one will probably be streamed, I believe. Yeah, let's get it. But I'm gonna pick Behaney, and I don't think I'm gonna pick Behaney against Behaney again. And good luck, Behaney. Good luck, Jam. I might stream my side. Oh, so Jam, you did not stream your side this one. Okay. So if Jam streams, he might, but we know Behaney_27 usually streams. Yeah, and Behaney always gives us a show. And I'm gonna pick Behaney. And Matt, I'm gonna kick it to you first on this one. Who do you got in this match?
Well, since me and Behaney are prep partners, I can't. I'm not going to go for this game. I will not. I will not vote or pick for who wins this game.
So you're picking Behaney?
I plead the fifth.
Okay. So I'm just gonna write X. And Jax, who you got in this one?
I am actually going to go with Jam.
And yeah, Behaney is now convinced
Not,
Jam is gonna win because
not,
every time I pick Behaney, he loses.
yeah, not many weeks that I will pick against Behaney, but I feel like Jam has a solid grasp on what he did. He played really, really well week 1. And I think he's got a shot to do it. And if you're gonna show people what you got, especially in this league, doing it against Behaney is a good way to do it. So
Yeah, that would be a big win for Jam. If Jam pulls off this victory, that would be huge. Like that would really cement like, oh shit, he's not fucking around. That's what it would just send the message to everyone in the league. And yeah, the clown.
yeah, it could definitely be game of the week.
Oh yeah. I'm picking based on knowledge and experience, in my opinion. I'm picking based on I'm just high and having a good time. I don't know what I'm going based on. I probably should have a system, but I don't. On the next game, we got Jax versus Arceus, and shit, I really don't know who to pick in this one. Jax, I think I'm going you. And no offense to Arceus, I don't see him starting 0-2 though. So this might be a bad pick for me. But I think your team's really strong, man. I think you're going to be able to get it. And I think this is going to be probably match of the week too. This is a candidate for match of the week in my mind too. You can watch this at Arceus is the one god on Twitch, and at the name is Jax on Twitch. And Matt, who do you got in this one?
Yeah, another good matchup. Jax. He beat Tootie. Like that's not something.
It's not an easy win.
Yeah, that's not an easy win.
Not an easy win
And
at
then
all.
the fact that honestly, like Jax, if he didn't make that pivotal mistake in game 1, he could have easily outright 2-0 Tootie.
Crazy.
And that, so, but at the same time, like Arceus against, with his first matchup, like it just felt like Arceus had the game in the bag. And then obviously Weiss was able to make some plays. But like you said, I can't see Arceus starting 0-2.
I can't.
But the way Jax came out, just kind of blazing on all cylinders, like you got to keep the momentum going. You got to win 2 games in a row. And after what Jax experienced last season, I got to go with Jax in this one.
Yeah, no, Jax is my pick too. Jax doesn't pick his own game, so I just put an X next to it. But yeah, no, Jax, I think you got a shot to start 2-0 and really cement your dominant lead early on and be able to get, a really good momentum building early. I really do.
It's going to be a tough week too, especially with an early morning game that we got going on Wednesday,
What time are you guys playing Wednesday?
8:30 a.m.
I love that. I'm a morning person, so I'll watch that while I'm feeding my dog.
Yeah, you're welcome to watch live. Copa d'Italia.
I don't know what that means, but I love it.
The Italian Cup.
All right, I was just writing down what I need to win my bet. But yeah, no, I got you in this one. And let's get at it. Let's fly through these next ones so we can watch the rest of this Knicks game and Monday Night Football. So in the next one, we got KJ Chicken versus Wheeze. Tom is definitely a morning person. Yeah, I'm a morning person. I stay up late now though too, so that's been hindering my morningness. But I'm gonna pick first again. I think I'm just gonna pick first and then alternate sending it between you guys, if that's okay. I think that's just gonna be the system because it's easier with three of us now.
Yeah, works for me.
But all right, so I'm gonna pick. I think I'm gonna pick KJ because he really impressed me in his victory against me. Weeze is a good friend. Weeze is an awesome person, great energy. But this is going to be a tough matchup, and I don't know if he's going to be able to beat KJ's team and what he's putting down. I'm picking up what KJ's putting down. And Jax, who do you got in this one?
I'm going with you and going with KJ. I like his team comp. I like the way that he was running it. Um, I don't think Weeze is going to come out with much of like the stalled tactic team like he did this past week, but I think KJ is just going to have a little bit too much in the tank there, and is going to pull out a victory.
Yeah, no, I can't. I think it's going to be a good one. I really think this is going to be a good one. You can watch this at Weeze at WEEESE on Twitch. And Matt, who do you got in this one?
I'm gonna go with the hot hand. I'm going with Weiss in this one. Like I said, Weiss kind of took over a team last season. He didn't draft it, but he was able to pilot it fairly well to the point where he's in contention to make the playoffs. He beat Arceus week one. That Arceus is he's not a pushover.
No, not at all.
So obviously I'm going to have to see a little bit more of was it KJ Chicken?
Yep.
Or KC Chicken?
KJ Chicken.
Yeah, I'm going to have to watch a little bit more of him. No offense to him, but I usually will go with people I've seen play before. And I'm sure he's a really good competitor, but the way Weiss has been playing, when was the last time he lost the match?
I don't know, but Weeze is on fire. You're right, actually. Weeze is on fire.
I thought, wasn't it the last week of last season? Didn't he?
Was it the last week that he lost? I thought he won that game.
I don't remember.
I thought if he won, he was in. That's why I was. I don't remember.
Yeah. So I mean, besides that, I mean, I'm pretty sure he took over a team that was like 1-4 or something, and was able to get back to like almost 500.
Yeah, no, I think he played really well with Bananas' team after Bananas had the Wi-Fi issues and started slow.
Yeah, so I'm going with Weiss on this one, but I could game three is definitely going to be a thing between those two.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh, this is going to be a good one. All right, and let's get into the next one. I think Tyros was a winning in, and I was a winning in. Oh, but Weeze was not. Yeah, so Weeze needed some stuff to win and get in. I was definitely, if I won, I was in, and Pato was out. But then Pato won, and I was out. But all right, let's get into my match versus Alpaca. You can watch this at Z Alpacalypse on Twitch or on YouTube after. You can watch it at Tom Hayden 27, this channel right here. And I'm picking myself. I think I'm going to go undefeated for the rest of the season, be the master of the universe, put a crown on Amoonguss's logo, and have a fucking blast with the rest of the season. I really got to figure out the non-Dynamax stuff, though. Like, team building is completely different. Alpaca's got a strong fucking team, but I think my team's stronger, and I'm excited to see where this one goes. You can watch it Sunday after or before KD's match, so it's going to be sometime around 8 or 9 p.m. We're going to work out the kinks later this week, and you'll see it in the schedule tab. Shout out to each and every one of you if you come to watch it. But, yeah, I'm bad at team building, too, I'm realizing. But, yeah, this one's going to be a fun one, and I got myself. And, Matt, who do you got in this one?
I like Z. I think Z played fairly well last season. And he streams his games and he kind of talks everything through. I think what this comes down to is who is not going to make a pivotal mistake.
Yeah.
Because in your game in week one, you kind of made some mistakes that kind of, hindered you from getting that win. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Z kind of made a couple of mistakes that kind of put him in a bad spot. So whoever makes the less mistakes is going to win.
Yeah.
So with all that being said, as much as I want to go with you, Tom, I'm going to go with Z because depending on how high you are, if you're not high enough, you're definitely going to make some mistakes.
That's funny. All right, and Jax, who you got in this one, man?
I'm gonna roll with you, Tommy. Tommy Tentacles there. Tommy Salami.
Hey.
I think if you put a game plan together and actually stick with it
Yeah, I was all over the
for the
place.
actual match, then you could pull out a win here. I think.
Jax was so mad during watching my match. Apparently, he was like, I told him my game plan before, and I didn't do any of it. I didn't do anything in my game plan. And Jax is watching it like, why isn't he doing his game plan? So yeah, I gotta actually
Yeah,
stick with my game plan.
I was like, he would have had the start advantage. I don't know what he's doing. What is he not? I don't get it.
Yeah, no, I switched everything up last minute, and I was just like, all right, I'm having fun with it though. But I love the idea of grapple lock live part, and I'm glad I made it work game one at least. But all right, let's move on to the next one because yeah, we're on slide 26 out of 34. So let's try to finish this. Watch the second half of the next game. Watch Monday Night Football. We got Tootie versus Turtle. I am going Tootie. Good luck, both of them. I believe you can watch it at Turtle Mania on what's it called? On Twitch. And yeah, Tootie, oh my god. Any game we get to watch at Tootie's is awesome. So enjoy it while it's being streamed from the other end. Great competitor, knows everything. But who did I pick? I picked Tootie. Yeah, so I think Tootie's gonna win. And Jax, who do you got in this one?
God, this is a really tough match. This is really tough.
Really tough. Turtle impressed me a lot in the game one. Week one.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna
Impressed me
go
a
with
lot.
Turtle.
Yeah, it
He didn't
was
make
close.
many mistakes, and the mistakes that he did make, he sounded like he noticed them and he could correct them. So
No,
that's pretty impressive to me.
yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised to see this one go either way. I really wouldn't be. And Matt, who do you got in this one?
So going back to the matchup between Jax and Tootie. Tootie kind of got shocked. I'm not exactly sure what Tootie has to do if he needs to kind of go in like a hyperbolic chamber and kind of sitting there a little bit. But watching Turtle play, like you said, he was able to know what mistakes he made, but even the mistakes that he did make, I mean, it wasn't very. It didn't hurt his gameplay.
No.
Like he still kind of won comfortably, but at this moment, like I'm going with Turtle. I don't want to see Tootie go 0-2, but to start off 0-1 and then play someone like Turtle who realizes that he made a couple of mistakes but still won comfortably. Like that's kind of scary to hear.
Yeah, no, that's very scary to hear. So yeah, this is another one, game of the week contention. Like, watch out. This is
Yeah,
going to be a fun one to watch. So all right, let's get into the next one. And wait, Matt, I didn't write down who you picked. Who did you pick?
Turtle.
I got Turtle.
I knew it started with a T. All right. The next game, we got KD versus Yama. I am actually going to go Yama in this one. I'm sorry, KD. I think KD is one of the strongest battlers we have in here. One of the strongest team builders, even though he just said he's not good at team building. But I think Yama's on a revenge tour of just like, hey, I'm here. I'm gonna show everyone I'm great at this game. And he's doing that in high roller playing great. He's doing that in this league playing great. And I'm picking Yama until he loses a game, I think. So shout out both. KD's amazing. KD has a secret weapon. KD is bad overall. I don't believe so, KD. I don't think so. But yeah, no, KD's secret weapon. I can't wait to see it. The Meow Stick is so powerful. The way KD knows how to use the Meow Stick is so impressive too. And Matt, I'm gonna kick it to you first this time. Who do you got in this one?
So it's Meowstick versus Comfy. That's what it comes down to. Um, I'm going with KD because I think KD knows how to pilot Meowstick
Very well.
better than Yama can pilot comfy.
We don't know
But
that,
at this,
but yeah,
well, I mean, listen, we've watched Meowstick enough
to
where
be a
I could
dominant
definitely make
force.
that. We've only seen Yama use comfy once, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, KD used. I mean, he used Meowstick all last season. He used it this season so far to help him out win. So, I'm going with KD because just how he can use Meowstick.
It's a Meowstick show this week. That's damn right. It's a Meowstick show this week. And Jax, who you got in this one?
Uh, man, I'm gonna go with Yama.
Yama.
I think Yama goes a little underestimated.
I do too. I do too.
In a lot of weeks, he gets picked against a lot of weeks, and he's proven that he's a playoff player.
Yep.
He just missed out on the playoff 2 seasons ago. He fought, made the playoffs last season.
Yep.
Had a big win last week against a really tough competitor in Jade, and I think he comes out with some interesting stuff and interesting items, stuff that you don't always exactly think about. It comes at Pokemon from a different angle with a lot of stuff that he does, and I think using that, and I don't think that KD is going to end up getting a full pair of 4 turns in a row again. Much like I wouldn't rely on myself getting poisons and 2 freezes and everything like that. I don't think that's how hacks works in this game. So I think Yama's going to have enough. He's going to come at it from an outside the box angle and probably get another big win.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if either of these coaches won. Like, these are the games why I'm so confident no one's going to win the predictions. Because, like, there's a couple of games. How are you going to pick all of these games right? Not like this is a coin flip to me. I have no idea
Yeah,
who's going to win this one. And yeah, I'm excited to
yeah,
watch this
these
one
are
to find out. You can watch it at both their Twitches, I believe. Both of them are going to stream at Yamagu and at K Demarney. Click on at K Demarney 10 on here and click on Yamagu on here. Shoot him a follow if you don't. Katie said he's very close to affiliate status too. So please, let's get him those followers. I know Pops is very close. Let's get him those followers too. But yeah, so go check this one out and let's get into the next one, which is Jade versus Pengy. I'm going Jade. So I didn't think I'd pick against Pengy after seeing him lose, but I think I'm picking against Pengy after seeing him lose. Yeah, I think I'm picking him to start 0-2 in this league, and that's just because he has one of the most dominant schedules I've seen. Going KD and Jade week 1 and 2, like that's showing him two of the best battlers we got immediately. And I'm excited to see how Jade bounces back from his loss and what he does against a very good opponent in Pengy. So, Matt, I'm gonna kick it to you first in this one. Who do you got?
So you know, again, going back to the draft, Pengy kind of said, he kind of laughed at everyone in our division and said, "I can't believe you let me get Dracovish." I didn't really see how special it was in the first game, but I feel like he's going to game plan a little bit better. I don't, as far as Jay goes, like I think he got caught off guard with this format, but I think it's going to take a little bit more than just one game to kind of figure it out. And then looking at Pengy, I mean, he played KD, who's a really good battler, and it was a close game. I mean, you're talking about both making really good plays. A couple of things kind of ended up on KD's side. I mean, it could have easily went to Pengy, but I'm going with Pengy on this one. He seems like a really good battler. I know Jade is a really good battler, but sad enough. Like one of these guys are going to be 0-2 after this week.
Crazy,
yeah, that's
crazy.
not.
Yeah, Carney just said Pengy's team is broken in this. That's what Pengy kept saying too. It really is though. It really is broken. So to see him start 0-1 is shocking, and to pick him going 0-2 is kind of shocking too. But Jax, who do you got in this one?
I'm gonna have to go with Pengy. I think his team is just it's solid up and down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think he has a really solid way to play. He got hacked up a little bit last week, which is unfortunate. But still played through it and still made it really, really close. So I think he's gonna do good.
For real. All right. So yeah, this one's gonna be. We have so many matches that could be match of the week. This is one of them. And I'm not sure if you could watch this one streamed. I think we're just gonna get match stats for this one. Let's get into the next one, which is Fox versus Weeblewobs. You can watch this one at Fox Gophers Twitch. And I'm picking Weeblewobs. I'm picking against Fox. This is probably dumb to pick against Fox. He's shown us time and time again why you should pick him every week. But Weeble is very good too. And I think I love the logo. I love the roster, even out of Dynamax. And I'm excited to see what both these coaches can do. But I'm going Weeblewobs. And Jax, who you got in this one?
I'm gonna go with Fox.
Makes sense. I feel like he's a favorite.
I don't know if he's a favorite, but he had a really solid game plan and one kind of going away last week, and I didn't get to see Weeble play.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got to go with Fox, just being able to see how clear cut he had won, being able to execute his game plan. I got to go.
Yeah. Yeah, no, dominant coach. And Matt, who do you got in this one?
I mean, so was Weeblewob's game streamed this week?
It was not.
No, he played Anti.
Obviously, we know Anti's a good battler, so to see Weeblewob pick up that win was definitely interesting to see. But like you said, like 3 people you kind of don't pick up, you don't pick against. One being Fox, the other one being Henny, and I'm blanking out on the third one. But as far as I know, Fox and Henny are 2 people that you don't usually pick up against. So I'm going to go with Fox in this one.
Yeah, no, it makes sense to pick Fox after what we've seen him do in the first 3 seasons of this. But all right, let's get into the next one, which is Pops versus Jolt. I'm going Pops. I'm picking Pops against the former champ Jolt. I think Jolt has proven to us that he's a great battler, great kid, great competitor. But I think Pops is going to be coming out like, oh, I'm not starting 0-2. You guys are crazy if you think I'm starting 0-2. And I think he's going to show us all that. And yeah, I would be surprised if Pops didn't win this one, even though Jolt's great at this game. And Jax, I'm going to kick it to you again. Who you got in this one?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Pops as well. I think he's going to be he played really, really well, but I think he's going to be kind of upset at himself that he didn't win last week.
Yep.
And he's going to come back with even more of fire this week.
Yep, exactly.
Not to say that Jolt won't, but Jolt had the unfortunate letdown of having misclicks in his game.
Yeah.
Where Pops pretty much played almost flawlessly. So I think he's just gonna have to kick it to overdrive.
And you can watch us at Pops VGC. Go shoot him a follow if you don't. And Matt, who you got in this one?
Yeah, didn't he change his name? Isn't it like the King Pops?
Oh, the King Pops. Yes, the King Pops.
Yeah, it's King Pops.
I didn't even know it was him.
Yeah, I didn't know he changed his name, but yeah, it's King Pops now. It should be Tank Top Pops, but that's a story for a different day. But as far as this matchup goes, like you said, like Pops played phenomenal against Angelo. It just so happened to be that Angelo was not going to make many mistakes. When I played Joe in all 3 games, I made mistakes. He made mistakes. I guess it really comes down to if Joe can come back and kind of sharpen up his game. But I'm going with Pops because I see Pops play. I know Pops is he's a competitor.
Yeah,
like he's very passionate in what he does. He hates losing. Like you can tell just how passionate he is, and make sure he game plans. I don't know if Joe ever played Pops before, but Pops is no slouch. And yeah, I'm going with Pops just from the information that I got playing Pops last year, and then obviously playing Jolt this year. Like Jolt has to play he can't make mistakes. Like he just can't make mistakes against Pops, and if he does, Pops is going to make you pay. So that's why I'm going with Pops in this one.
All right, so let's get into the penultimate match. We got 2 more. Yeah, we have so many good games this week. But our second to last match, which is, let me change the logo here. Boom goes the Dynamites. Perfect. All right, so there we go. You versus Angelo, and I hate to pick against you, Matt, but I'm picking against you. I'm going Angelo. And I'm sorry to do it to you, but Angelo's he's so good, man. I think he's in that Fox B. Haney category where you don't want to pick against him. where any week he could beat any person in this league. And I'm excited to see this match if you guys stream it. Angelo Hunter is probably going to stream. And Matt, if you want to stream this one through me, if I'm available, if it's when I'm not working, I'd love to help you out. But who are you picking in this one, Matt? I'm going to kick it to you first.
Well, I'm not actually, I'm not going to pick this one.
Makes sense.
I
I
will
forgot
just
about that.
kind of acknowledge, I won't pick my matches, but I will acknowledge, Angelo is a really good battler.
Yeah.
I didn't really know who he was last season until that Koji playoff game. I believe everyone pretty much picked Koji to lose in an upset. I think I was one of the only few people that picked Koji to win that game.
And you're probably looking around
and
like,
that
wait,
game came.
how is everyone
What's that?
picking Angelo over Koji right now? Just from the information from within the league. Because you saw Koji win all the 2-0 games and win all the game ones.
Exactly. Yeah, and you're like, okay, so obviously people know something that I don't, because and Angelo, he's a good battler. That went to 3 games.
I remember picking Koji, but that was because I selfishly wanted to watch Koji and Katie.
I think we all did too.
Yeah, I think we all wanted a KD Koji matchup. Like it had to be written in the stars between those two. Obviously, we did not get that. But getting not diving too deep in it. Like Angelo's a really good battler.
Very good.
I got to bring my A game. Like I can't make mistakes.
No, you do.
And I'm relying on this week of prep to kind of help me get everything kind of going forward. So I don't want to go 1-1. I want to go 2-0. So that's all I have to say.
Let's go. And Jax, who you got in this one?
I'm gonna unfortunately have to go with Angelo as well. Matt had a couple, admittedly by himself, his own hand, he had a couple of mistakes that he had against Joe. And I think we've all covered the fact that I don't think you can really have those against guys the caliber of the way that Angelo plays. He's very calculated with what he does.
And he's good at this
he's
game.
very safe with all of the moves that he has.
Good.
So Matt's going to have to kick the Haney into overdrive, put some extracurricular time in there. Maybe have to pay him overtime to get the training in this week, to make sure that he hammers down a solid game plan and make sure he goes over everything that he would need to do in every situation. Because if he makes a mistake, Angelo's going to pounce on him.
100%. All right, so let's get into the last match. We got Anti versus Bum Trash Garbage. I'm gonna go Bum Trash Garbage. I think we're gonna see Anti. I hate to say Anti start 0-2, but I think Bum Trash's team is fucking strong, man. I really think the name is all irony. I think he's very good at this game. I think Anti is very good at this game too. Oh god, this is gonna be one of my favorite matches too if it's streamed. So we might be able to watch it at Bum Trash Garbage on Twitch. I'm not sure if he's streaming or not, but check it out if he is. This is going to be a good one. I guarantee this one is going to be a really fun one filled with like crazy strategies and Pokemon if we get to watch it. So Jax, who you got in this one?
In talking with Anti yesterday, I'm going to go with him.
Nice.
I think he's got a couple of things that he was working on to bring to the table that might give him a bit of an advantage over Smurf here. So I'm gonna go with Anti in this one.
All right, and Matt, who do you got in this last game of the week?
I'm going with Anti for the sheer fact that like his strategy of doing all making all his trades after he drafted because he doesn't like his team and he's like, you know what, I need a new team like right now. He needs to prove that that's a really good strategy because if he doesn't, no one's going to follow that going forward.
100%. I'm excited to see what he does going forward. And all right, and guys, that's it. Wait, let me make the screen big. I got something going for the end of this, but let me exit out of my webcam. Let me hide this guy. Let me hide this guy. Mudcube can stay. No. All right. But yeah, good luck to all our competitors. Follow at CPDL12 on Twitch. And here's my stream schedule, guys. I figured I'd make this big screen so it's easier to see. I'm not sure how it's coming across for you guys, but I hope it's easy to see. So tomorrow, I got a full day of YouTube videos planned from 10 a.m. to 3:45 p.m. I'm gonna post all the recap shows from the playoffs that never got posted to YouTube. So I realized I dropped the ball on that. Once I stopped battling, I completely forgot to post the YouTube stuff. So those are going on YouTube. The playoff week 1, week 2, semifinals, finals, going concurrent from 10 to 3:45 p.m. Then Wednesday we got the draft shows going up. So you can watch me draft live at 10 a.m. to 1-ish. Then the CPDL draft and my high roller week 1 match from 1 around to around 4-ish. We got my high roller match 2 versus Chemo, 4:15 to 5:15. So Tuesday and Wednesday all day we got stuff going on YouTube. Thursday we're bringing it down only to from 10 to 12. We got the CPDL week 1 prediction show, and then we got my match versus KJ Chicken 11:15 to 12. So that's going up. Then we got Friday a YouTube this show, the one you watched right here. This is going on YouTube Friday. Saturday we got my live high roller match at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, and Sunday we got my match versus Alpaca week 2 at CPDL at 8 p.m. maybe 9 p.m. So again, thank you guys, each and every one of you, for coming out watching this. If you're still here, I appreciate you so much. I hope you watch all my YouTube and Twitch shit and have a blast doing it, because I have a blast making them. And if you can't watch all of it, I understand. But if you're here for the show and enjoy the battles, I appreciate you guys. I can't wait to what's it called? Battle this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. The weekend, I'm so excited for this weekend. And Pops PRs is coming out soon. So you could see that at the King Pops on Twitch. He'll probably send it in the now
When is he
streaming. I don't know. Yama said I'll see you in the Pops PRs. But if he's doing it for the fourth quarter of the Knicks game, I might miss it. But I'm gonna kick it to you, Jax, first. Do you got anything to say before we end the show?
No, man. Good luck to everybody. I hope everybody has a good, solid week. Play well and play smart.
And Matt, you got anything to say before we go? Get out of here?
Uh, just kind of piggybacking off of what you guys said. We have a really good group
Yeah,
of players.
we do.
And the fact that it's only 6 games, I feel like there's going to be one of those really good competitors that we seen last season, not make the playoffs.
Yeah, no, exactly. So this is
Like,
gonna be
there's
exciting.
only so many playoff spots.
Holy
There's
shit!
so
I just
many
saw a
good
giant bug.
players. It's going to be tough to see one of those players that really put their
Right,
time in
everyone.
to kind of come up short. But that's why we play the game.
Yeah. So on that note, good night, everyone. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'm gonna end the stream here.